Okay. Greetings, everybody. I have some important news to share, and I figured I would share it with you in the highest quality way possible, and that is through the new camera, which is actually the news. It's the Sony CVC-2100A. I think I'm getting that right. It's just arrived in the mail today. I think it's very cool, and I figured I'd speak a little bit to the camera about it. Um, it came with this cool little microphone. I say cool. It's really shitty. It's incredibly low quality. It's got this tiny little stand, and it doesn't work. The mic doesn't work. The camera does. I don't know how that works, but I'm capturing audio. It's gonna be kind of a treat for you all, really. I have audio through a very modern way. I don't know if you can see it over here, a contemporary Zoom H6. But the camera you're looking at this video through right now is the Sony CVC-2100B or A, and it's one of the earliest, if not the not the earliest. It's one of the earliest Sony video cameras ever made, from about 1968, I guess ish, and it's meant to go with the CV series of video recorders. So that'd be like the CV-2000, the CV-2100, I think it is, the 2200, all that. The skip field recorders, which is really cool. This is an early consumer video camera. And when I say CV, I mean it's the predecessor to the AV series, which you might be more familiar with. That, I believe, is EIAJ, which is a more modern standard that you might be more familiar with. But this is a very cool camera. I might actually get a shot with the XL1 of it just so I can lay it over this video. Um, it's got like a nice viewfinder on top, a little like cathode ray tube that's a couple inches. Um, it's got like a C-mount lens. It's a good camera, I guess. As you can see probably from this video, it's not very well suited to indoor shooting, but that's not going to stop me from shooting indoors with it. Now, I would like to take this camera outside. However, it's a pain in the ass as it would have been in 1968 or 69 or even maybe 1970. Probably not 1970. I don't know. Because it's A, so large, B, it's so large, C, it's so large and bulky and cumbersome. But I will include, probably either after this or maybe I'll put it over this. I'm going to have production value with this one, I've decided. Some footage from outside. And by outside, I mean I'm going to probably point it out the door that I'm looking at right now. And it's a fairly well lit room right now. It's about the same lighting conditions actually as the last video I filmed. But you know how these cameras are. I read a statistic once, or I heard a statistic or something that I think it was taken by a survey by, I think it was maybe Sony in the 70s. It said that like, I think it was like 40, no, I think it was like 60% of home movies were underexposed, which is probably right. I mean, it was not intended for use in just a room with room lights, but that's not going to stop me. I'm just keep looking over, making sure I'm still getting levels. I should probably be a little more concerned about this camera. And I was concerned because I wasn't sure how this was going to adapt with modern technology. It's going into my Canon, or not Canon, wait, yeah, Canon XL1? God, I don't know. Straight to DV tape, and then I'm going to import that into my Mac right here. Because I've heard that these cameras have weird sync pulses, and maybe they do, and maybe the XL1's just really good at dealing with it, as it has done pretty well with, strange sync pulses and stuff before. So hopefully this turns out okay looking. Obviously it's going to be underexposed. It's wide open. That's a 1.8 lens though, so pretty fast. It also came with, and it's over there in the case, a telephoto lens, which is really cool. It's a 2.8, and maybe I'll point that out the window too. I don't know how willing I will be to get more footage from this after, but it's a very cool camera. I'm kind of almost wanting to do like a scripted thing, eventually, just talking about it, because there is no footage on the internet from this camera. And that's not to say that it's hugely historically significant. It is the second or third camera that Sony ever made, but it is still very cool. I remember when I was like 11, looking at tube cameras and seeing cameras like this, I would always look up. And I don't believe there's footage online for the first Sony camera either, but those are probably harder to come by. That is I think it's CVC-2000 it's called, that's shipped with the CV-2000 recorder. Makes sense, doesn't it? But I'm very excited to have this camera. It's really cool, and the fact that it still works is great. And you can probably see, maybe from the back of my chair, the ghosting. So if I stay still for a second, tension, and then I move, there should be a ghost image. And the internal viewfinder isn't great either, but it is certainly workable. I think this is a really cool camera though, and I'm excited to put this footage on the internet and to be the first person to put footage from this camera on the internet. So with that, I guess I will leave you. I will probably overlay at least a little bit more footage just over this video all throughout. Maybe I'll overlay some color video with the XL1 or something, just explaining things about this camera. I guess we're gonna see how I feel in a half hour. But it's been nice, I guess. Thank you.